Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Orders 7. And we're picking up where we left off at Das Horse House. We are kind of in a good place right now. Things are going okay. Just a few less wins than I'd hoped for. But, again, I just think good runs. Everything makes sense. Everything's kind of going the way I think it should have. So we're going to finish off a couple more runs here. We got almost everybody having their first run so far. So I think that's kind of important to have. Pastel Pure does need a run. I just don't love a lot of my options here. Much Demure could have won and didn't. And Swan Dive could have won but didn't. Princess should have won and almost did. So like, yeah, it's kind of tough to book some of these. I'm trying to figure out where we're gonna go. Risen Star, kind of the only thing that I like there. Um, yeah, Demolition Damager also needs a run. I mean, maybe that works. Maybe. I'm a little worried about that distance. I'm a little worried about the distance. Yeah, yeah. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with some of these, and we are still trying to figure out a little bit more of like who to run where, what distance, how this schedule is actually going to play out. We should have races, but making sure they're the right races. That's kind of the big thing. Oh, there we go. Took a while to get. But this is the first big race. Like this is the first really big race, and it's going to be a little more difficult to win, I think, than in the other schedule. I just think these horses are going to be slightly better. It's more competitive. We're just going to see a lot more competition, and yeah, a bunch of Canadians coming down for it. That's unexpected, but interesting. Canadian came down and won it last year. Yeah, I got no idea how this will go. If this was in the other save, I'd be very confident. I think we're definitely good enough. And we ran that well, so I think we've got a good chance. But it is going to be more difficult, I feel. So 1 mile, 1 furlong, Pegasus World Cup, Class 1 Grade 1 for 4-year-olds and above on dirt. It's a strong Canadian contingent. Bunch of Grade 1s. Got some domestic Grade 1s here as well. And we will be the favourite, and we should be the favourite. And we should win. But again, I feel this is going to be competitive. So Athermore Dispersal, Hayes Camp, Harry Plowman, all in behind us. Orders Games, Altis Ping, Parla Commons, back to Midday Pite, The Grey, The Concubine Going, All Star Sunbeam, Bukoina Mache, and Partly Call right at the rear. We are still out ahead. Here comes Ping. And let's see. 2 to go. Down to 1.5. Zoom in a little bit. Coming round the final turn and on to the home stretch now. Down towards that final furlong marker, and the race for home begins. The line is in sight. Everybody's fighting. All-Star Sunbeam coming. Partly Call coming. Bounding Orphan just about holding on. And on the line, just about stays up on All-Star Sunbeam. That was close. It was competitive. We did hold on. We did manage to run the entire race at the front. Yeah, I was expecting maybe a touch more from the Canadians. That didn't happen, but All-Star Sunbeam, we know, is a good horse. We'll see them at the Saudi World Cup. Partly Call as well. Not a bad run from them. Kind of see how they do moving forward, but yeah, Ping's decent. Plowman. Yeah, I just thought maybe we would see a little more from these Canadians than we ended up seeing. The Mystics aren't bad. We are following a lot of these horses. We're just going to add a few more to our lists, because we like where they've run or what they've done. And I do feel it's important to keep that that list updated. So yeah, not a great win, not a bad win. I think we ran pretty fast. We ran pretty even. Sunbeam has ran more distance and came through at the end. Yeah, interesting horse. I think if I can figure out what Sunbeam is, like, are they a great horse or not? Are they a mile 4? Are they a mile 1? Where's their kind of adaptability working? I can kind of judge their run and buy that our own. But I think it's okay to be hopeful, and it's okay to be a little optimistic. We're up to 133. Did we actually gain? Yeah, we gained a little bit of a potential there. We're so close to maxing out. The 140 100% is on, especially on this new schedule where there's more races. Like I say, Saudi World Cup's going to be big. The Dubai World Cup. And then we've just got Osaka High, the Hong Kong Derby, the Hollywood Gold Cup, Prince of Wales, the Jean Romanet, the Singapore Derby, and then the Hong Kong Cup. It's a pretty good schedule, but it also takes Boneless Orphan up to 10 Grade 1 wins. Which is kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me. Because I didn't really get a chance to run them in the Triple Crown, but I think they would have ran really well. Like I say, I think the distance was just a little too short at that time of the year, but we eventually got him. He ran really well. It's another one I feel that we could have run and should have run. I believe this is Sika Violeta's filly, which is why I think we got the full finish and the full potential. 'Cause a couple of the full potentials we had had 50% finish, if I remember correctly. But I think this is Seekers and I want to say Nod Forms, one of the last kind of game breads we actually bred with true success. Um, and yeah, they both I think handled around the mile one and mile two quite well. So not so much of a success. We are going to see what the mile twos kind of look like. But a very very good horse, and like I really like Ram Scoop too. It's just that I know they didn't really do a ton above a mile four. Does look like over a mile four, but is that a mile six? Is it 2 miles? And can we really get any adaptability between the two? Like we're asking. I'm kind of not sure. We're about to find out pretty dang sure, to be fair. So we don't have to overanalyze it and kind of discuss it too much. We are about to be there. And then Cold Quest there. Okay. CPG. Such an interesting one. Like Faded Calm and CPG. I just don't know. One from this game, one that we never raced in the other game very much. Like it's interesting because I'm just not sure I fully understand who the horse is. And like I know the other ones, and then we get like one or two like this, then we're just like they look good, they feel good, they're not amazing, but like who are they? How do they run? What is their level? What can they do? I don't know. I don't know. We are trying. Still grade 3, which we should be good in, but there's a couple of grade 1s in here which slightly worry me. If we're not real quality, we're just going to get stripped by those horses. So the 1 mile, 1 furlong with us, class 1 grade 3 for 3-year-olds on dirt. No mods for enhancements needed. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, with distinct outsider. Ambala in the green is uh is one of the favourites, and they're gonna go inside the rail with Irene Bennett on the outside and Marama Inch, and then Dean Bear up just alongside us at the front. Back to Ashton today, More Sweets Glass and Caveton Sharp at the rear of the field. We're in solid position, but horses making a move, and we're kind of not yet. We're under 1.5 from home. Horses starting to go into the final furlong. We are starting to make a bit of a move. It doesn't look to be any great clip of speed, but it doesn't look like anyone else has a ton of speed. Right at the end, though, More Sweets Glass does come thing and take it's a short head back to us and then back to the favorite, Amber Lahar. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the ones did kind of worry about. Was one of the grade ones. I believe Ashdown today was the other. Both already on our watch lists. You know, difficult to judge. I feel like it was good, not great. It should have been on distance. I'm just trying to extrapolate out now whether if we moved up to a grade 1 would be okay. I don't know. I'm unsure of the horse. Don't know if that increase in quality would work or not. I don't think we go out and win, but like, are we still as competitive at grade 1 level? Because right now we got all these 3-year-olds to figure out. Bunch of big races on the horizon. Where'd CPG fit? I think that's a big question. So 4 from 9, top threes everywhere. The only non-top 3 was Grace Cree, who I think was 4th place. I think. I can't remember already. We got 3 unraced, and those are our next 3 and last 3 that have not yet raced. Then everybody will be on 1. Faded Calm has their second lined up. Definitely a kind of tester here to see whether we persevere with them in those big grade 1 races or not. And Bounding Orphan, of course, has just got everything fully booked. Ramscoop will have everything come up later on. But I like the fact that all our 3-year-olds would have had a run. We can kind of see where they're at. And like I say, just start planning more for the future again and lining them up. Someone's going to have to run New Zealand. Someone's going to have to run New Zealand. 7 furlong to a mile. So all these people at a mile 1 could get this. We can brace probably just a mile 2. Yeah. So he's the one that's out of it, and then Much Demur is a miler, but doesn't seem like they have the real quality. And then Tidal Force just seems to have the real quality. But would he jump to a mile 2? Would he jump to a mile 2? Would you jump to a mile 2? I don't think so. I feel more comfortable with US, Canada, 100% than anything else here. And if we do have someone that will get distance, then Japan at the end of the year becomes a possibility. Yeah, I'm not confident that anyone that gets a mile is going to climb much more. So I am wondering if I should take a mile 1 and run them. Although down to 7 furlongs is rough. But then a mile 1 at, say, France. That might be okay. France, Australia, South Africa. That might be okay. Mile 1, then trying to get all the way up to a mile 6. I don't think so. Ha. That is an interesting way of kind of putting it, though. So Summer's a mile 1. Really, these are the kind of distances we get. So someone's a mile 1. New Zealand. And we hope for a mile 2. A mile 1, New Zealand, and our hope is we get the 7 furlongs because the others are close enough. That's fine. And again, we're hoping. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I can just do the distances, right? So I know what I mean. And then a 1 mile 2. Well, is that it for a mile 1? So we're hoping for a mile 4, right? So that does open up France, Australia, and the Republic of South Africa. 1 mile 2, I think we can't run New Zealand, USA, Canada. We're hoping for a mile 4. France, Australia, South Africa. We're hoping for 1 mile, 1 mile 4. So we're hoping to get up and down for those. Don't think I'd feel comfortable with a true 1 mile 2 horse running UK or Ireland. Yeah, I think that's UK Ireland, and we're hoping to get down to a mile and a mile 6. And then Japan. Could probably do that on jockey instructions, but it was the 1 mile 7 furlong. Okay, yeah. So I think this is kind of going to be the way I look at it a little more now. Then, and this might be useful for me. So I know I haven't got any mile 4s. I'm going to call Tidal Force and Much Demure a mile. They could be 7 furlongs. If they are 7 furlongs, it's going to be such a struggle to get to New Zealand. Um, from mile 2, yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, I think anything below 7 or at 7, without a lot of luck, a lot of adaptability, etc. Like we're just not going to get any Triple Crowns at a 7 or below. A mile stretching to a mile 2 is going to be really difficult but feasible. I think that's fine. I think there's at least a shot with a good horse you can do that. We do it all the time with mile 2 going for the Belmont to finish off the US Triple Crown. So that's kind of where my head's at. 2 lengths is kind of my limit. That's kind of my limit to a certain degree. So getting down to works here. We have to get up 3 here, which would be really tough. But then we're down to, sorry, we're down to, and up to, and then we're down 4, up 2. It isn't a good place to be here if it's a mile 3, which, I mean, honestly, that might be the way. And then a mile 4, we can get down, we can get up. Yeah, I think that's just it. That is just it. No, everybody else we've got pretty much, right, is a mile 1, we think is a mile 1. They got the stamina of a mile 1, apart from Braze. Okay, so CPG. I don't know I'm putting them this way wrong because this is the entire wrong way to put them round. So, best horses first, as far as I can tell. So, yeah, Swan Dive. Um, Pastel Pure. Shouldn't have named Promise Princess and Pastel Pure both double P's. That's confusing me. And then CPG, right? So we got the 2, we got the 5, and then we got Sweet King Braze. We haven't got anyone sitting there right now. Yeah. Yeah. I can run New Zealand with these, but it's probably better to run New Zealand with these. Slightly easier. But we're going 2 up and 2 down. And if these are really 7 furlongs, that becomes your question. Okay. Like, this is kind of how my brain works and how I've got to, like, plan this out. Especially now we've got so many options. I don't want to start booking the wrong things and kind of getting myself into a position where I don't feel like I give these horses the right chance to win. Um, yeah, I wouldn't feel good about that at all. So, okay, I think I'm gonna run Tidal Force at New Zealand. I say notes really helped me out. So I'm gonna use them while I can. Just looks wrong having that there for me. Keep everything formatted the right way. Consistent. So yeah, if I'm doing this, if we run Tidal Force, and then much to more won't get a run. If I think they're gonna jump in distance, can do that. If I think they're going to hold to a mile and then jump late in their 3-year-old season, like we have had horses do something similar, then that also might make sense. That might make a lot of sense. So I got demolition damage. Let's put Braze in at a mile 2. So mile 1s will be more adaptable. Yeah. Demolition damage can go up to Canada. Promised Princess can go over to France. Swan Dive can go to Australia. Pastel Pure could go to South Africa. And CPG just doesn't do much. Who do we think could have distance? Like at this point it's gotta be Sweet King Braze, right? Like it's gotta be. That might be how we look to plan out our Triple Crowns then. That might be how we're going to plan out our Triple Crowns. Let me know what you think about this, by the way, because I hope this makes sense to you. So we got our distances and kind of which Triple Crowns would fit with them and where the challenges may come. And then where our horses are currently at. So we line up 6 of them. For the first 6 Triple Crowns, and the back 3, we might run Much Demur, which would give us our 7th out of the 8 horses. CPG we're just not convinced on. And we bring back Tidal Force if we think he's got any distance. But yeah, I really feel these mile 1s, if they do hold and jump late, could be the play at UK and Ireland. And then if anyone gets up to a mile 3 or mile 4, in kind of July, August time, like in between South Africa and UK maybe, that would be a perfect candidate to send to Japan. Yeah, this at least gives me an idea, I think, of what to do. I think that gives me an idea of what to do. Okay. Um, yeah. You just bred, right? So you're gonna take a little time. Which is fine. A little bit of a delay on the skipping days there. Yeah, so the big question here is Ram Scoop at 2 miles. That's the big question. do we use jockeys' instructions? Because I think like a full bar would be 2, right? So I think we're probably gonna want more distance. This is a mile 2 to maybe a mile 3, mile 3 to 4, 4 to 6, 2 miles. I think we're kind of mile 6. And if we're mile 6, doesn't this make sense? Because then we'll maybe gain more distance. And the only way we'll get beaten is a good horse that is also mile 6 or a mile 7 or 2 miles. Competed in this last year and came 4th. You didn't finish. You won this last year, but the year before you came 6th. You were eased. Didn't look like much. You still don't look like much. These are such low ratings. Yeah, you've run a mile 4 and everything. You ran the 2 mile 4 and got injured. So I can't really judge some of these horses. I think it's such a bad race that we might not need jockey order. I'm going to run jockey orders. If we need them and we don't put them in, we're definitely going to lose. If we don't need them and we do put them in, we could still win. It just might slow us down a little bit. And this is a bad field, so we could get away with it. I don't feel this is a great field. I don't feel the game has got many horses running more than a mile 6. I don't think they've got the stamina. I think we've got one of the highest staminas probably in the game for a horse that has potential. Yeah, 2 mile, Barfoot and Thompson, Auckland Cup, Class 1, Grade 1, 4-year-olds and up on the turf. You're at Ellerslie, I believe this is. Our first 2 mile race. We're out, underway, quite well out of the gates. We go to the inside of the rail. We're going to hold back a little bit. And we've got June Robin, Newsday Rinjani, the French horse, in the yellow silks just in behind us. Vocation Barley. Wolfhound Kicker is in the gap. Mutual Lemon is just on the heels of our leader, War Bond Clipper. Yeah. Field is very spread out, but we're only halfway in. And I think you'll see by the time we get to like 4 furlongs, we'll see who's making moves to actually come in. I want to keep this on camera. I can also just do this. And yeah, there we go. 4 furlongs. We'll see who's coming in. It is Ramscoop. Ready to go. Round the turn. Wolfhound Kicker looks to be going, but we're going as well as we flatten out now. Then onto the home stretch. Under 2 furlongs. And we are kicking on and pushing out over what is probably a bad field. Final furlong marker. Nobody in sight. Nobody close. Yeah, everybody way back, hand in the air, nice and easy. Maybe a pretty cheap grade 1 just because there aren't that many, like I say, like true distance horses. And that's kind of what it feels like. So I'm happy with that. I didn't feel like we went super early or super late. It didn't feel like we blew them away and they came back at us or anything like that. That could be a distance issue. It looks like we went and we just stayed there. Maybe it's more that they don't have true quality. I don't know. But I think that felt a little like a mile 6 with jockey instructions and adaptability. That's kind of what that felt like. So I think maybe we do the same here. Maybe we do the same here. Again, it doesn't feel like an amazing field. And it doesn't feel like a field that could do a ton. Yeah, they're fairly low ratings. Regalo's 1-2. So I think just maybe there isn't that much competition at a mile 7 and 2 miles. So we should be in the same boat the next run. I don't mind that. We're up to a 132. We're running at about 85 ability. We got potential to go up. We might not. But she got good cruising burst, good extra speed, full finish, and a little bit of adaptability. So I definitely feel like, yeah, she is going to be a solid runner. I think if there was like a true level of competition, that might be slightly different. But for right now, I feel like we're pretty good with it. And here, it's like Tonic has come over. Looks like they've won at a mile 2 for sure, but like their last 3 wins have all been at a mile 4. That mile 2 could have easily been theirs. This mile 2 could have easily been theirs. So yeah, I think they're a good horse, and they're definitely one to worry about. We are a young horse. We're trying to get up to a mile 2 rather than just the mile 1. Don't love this. I kind of need this to be filled to feel like we got a shot. But that extra speed bar is phenomenal. We are favorite. We're probably under distance just a touch. I need to find distance, and if I do jockey instructions, I'm not going to get the feedback on the distance for a 3-year-old. So I think it's more important to risk it and just run as it. So the 1 mile, 2 furlong Bone Crusher in New Zealand, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and above on dirt, not on dirt, on turf, back at Ellerslie again. Believe that we are the only 3-year-old in this race, and the other American, Tectonic Dune, is going to be a massive threat. And they're going to come to the back with us. They go all the way to the back. We've got Carla Blancs. Demolition Damage is right in the mix there. Out to Samuel Marju, up to Tajub Macy. Very bad, yes. And do show Silver, just in behind Whistle Teen, who is on the haunches of the Black Stallion up front, Jibal Bolster. Need to make some moves up the field, and ourselves and Teutonic are both doing that. Under 2 furlongs now, then 1.5 from home, coming onto the home stretch, and now battling for the line. And Demolition Damager kind of went backwards there, the final furlong marker. Tectonic's going, and we are not. And we are definitely, I feel, a mile 1. Definitely a mile 1. which is what we thought we were. But we can't get anything else. So, yeah, bad result, but a super useful run. I'm okay with it. It should be done in a couple of days with breeding. And then we got the breeding auction. Persian Machine, Elsie's Court. Okay, a couple of good horses, for sure. And then the fillies look really interesting. We are watching you. We're not watching you, which I think's correct. We're not watching you, and we should be. We're not watching you, and we should be. Although you're 6 furlongs. Um, yeah, that's worth paying attention to. 6 furlongs, 7 furlongs, a mile to a mile 1, 6 to 7 furlongs. I don't hate it because the Everest is out there. The Everest is out there. Kind of want a younger horse if we're gonna buy one, but like, yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Trying to learn some of these horses. Just fold an average handicapper and nothing else. Some grade 2s that haven't won much. Hit and miss on allowance. It's like a 5 furlonger with room to grow. You might be interesting if you come up for auction. You bad. 205. Yeah, won a maiden, won the grade 2, third in an allowance race. Second by less than a length. And a little way back. If Cooper's Felix is really good, which 5 grade 1 wins, and second in the Queen's Plate, that's why I know the name, then really was 6 lengths off who otherwise would have won. I do like that. I do like that. See, I'm just trying to find new ways to add horses to our watch list, and when they come to auction, then we'll be notified. Oh, don't. Foreign grade 1 and the grade 1 dam. Like, don't do it to me. Nobody's won much. You just came second in the Bone Crusher. You won at a mile 4. You struggled at a mile. Apart from that, there's just nothing. Like, at all. Could be decent. I'm already watching you. You didn't fall anything. That's kind of disappointing. You didn't fall much either. Okay. Okay. Unruly. Yada yada. And then faded. Pink triangle. Decimated the claiming race, because of course you would. You got really good distance. You got some breeding. That's an interesting one to me. Barely won a claimer. Ran green, but 10 lengths behind. Yeah. 3-length win. Not really much to recommend you there. Fourth or fourth. Ran green. You're 16 back, though. With headway. Slightly hampered. 3.4. Maybe. What's this? 3.8, slightly hampered, yada yada, exactly the same. Uh, yeah, I don't fancy that. I got no reason on breeding apart from this, both of which just haven't proven anything of breeding yet. I got no reason to purchase anyone off the back of their breeding, and then of their results. There's only a few, and Arcadian Bullet's the only one. So the pink triangle probably puts us down to like 2 lengths back. So we're currently in fourth, say. The fact that they faded, probably because of the pink triangle, but also the bad start. Like, if you don't get a bad start on a pink triangle, you're probably dropping 3. The bad start's probably another one. It could be a slight distance issue. Like, there's a chance it could have won a maiden. We come to the claiming race, and it absolutely batters them. So I'm thinking about going to the auction. Like, so cheap. And the only other one I have any hope of something being there is going to be Venus. So we spend the money and see, does that breeding hold true? This is supposed to be 22k, but other people also like this horse. Gotta go up to 330,000. That gives me some hope. See, I didn't like the breeding, but 2 grade 1s. Yes, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not surviving, but it's not bad at all. Um, Whereas there could be a huge distance gained. Yeah, that's much better. No extra speed, no cruising burst, only 50% finish. But the potential is there, and that's kind of what I was seeing. So, okay, neither one survive. We're running out of money. We're gonna have to go bet again in a bit. But Yeah, yeah. At least what I was seeing at auction, we kind of saw in the horses. So researching the auctions and finding one or two to pick out now and again, I don't think it's a bad idea. There will be stuff to find there. We didn't find it that time, but that's beside the point. Yeah, low rating, low weighted. A few got ungraded. Two of us are grade three, three grade twos, three grade ones. Some good horses. We are kind of down the betting order. That's all fine. We should be on a mile one. And I do like this horse. I just think it's not amazing. It needs to win a race or two, and it needs to win it with authority so it gains a bunch of rating. But okay, the 1 mile, 1 furlong Risen Star, then Class 1 Grade 2. The 3 rows on dirt. Pastel Pure runs today. Rocker Thread is the favourite. Ardbest Francesca, is another fantastic horse in this field. Should expect those two to be at the front. We get out the gates okay. And we are kind of going to go to the chasing pack here, stalking a little bit. We do have so much charm on the inside. Out to Black Sarat. You got Ruler's Cycle there, and then Crazy Gulch, Nova Star Slayer, and Pampa Bale Bay Painting, Arabes Francesca, Rocker Thread, Astrogal Bouquet at the rear. Madney Prize has led us out, and we're into the home stretch now then. Already here now fighting for the line. Coming up to that final furlong marker. And we are cruising past Madney into first. There doesn't seem to be a ton coming from Deep Sunwise Charm, running decently well, but getting outstripped now. Ardbes Francesca up into third in the end. Pampa Bear Painting just holding on. I felt like that was a very decent field, a very good field, to be honest with you. I feel like that was a good field. They surprised me. I didn't expect much out of Pampa Bear. At best, I was expecting more from, and we competed really well against them. Madani started well and fell off, but I know that's a pretty good horse. And yeah, then the other horses then that I expected to come up big were right down the back. So Bouquet, I thought might have a little more about them. Rocker Thread, I was really expecting to be a front runner. That's by far their worst performance. They just couldn't get up to a mile one. And Slayer should have been around this distance, and again, just didn't. Just didn't. So what's that mean for Pastel Pure? I don't know. 109 rating. Look, got plenty of potential to gain. Doesn't look like an amazing horse. Looks fairly good. Could probably win a couple of grade ones. Can it win a Triple Crown? Can it win like a major race? I don't know. I don't believe so. But everybody's run at least once. Demolition Damager. I knew the distance was probably wrong. I needed to double check that. I'm pretty okay with what I found. I'll take that result. So that's fine. So our 3-year-olds, 2 third place, 2 second place, and 3 first place. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. We missed out on a grade 3, a couple of grade 1s. That's not bad. Another couple of grade ones we could have got that we've already got grade ones on these horses. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good unless somebody jumps, like especially if Tidal Force jumped in terms of distance. I think I'm pretty good with our plan of maybe going with something like this for our Triple Crown races. We're getting close to New Zealand, so as long as Tidal Force doesn't jump in the next month, we'll be okay. If we can get through the first two races, which is end of March, a month and a half, don't jump, and then jump up to a mile 1, mile 2, April 17th, I'll be pretty happy with that. We've got our 4-year-olds, again, Fade Calm. I don't know. I think good but not great. We'll see how they run. But I'm excited with Ramscoop and especially Bounding Orphan. I think this could be huge seasons for the 4-year-olds. And like I said, we're coming into that prime time for 3. So, yeah, let me know what you think of all these horses and kind of where we might line up well, where we might be missing, who's genuine, who's not. Very interested to hear your thoughts and feelings on all that. Please do smash that like button, hit subscribe, check out the other playlists and the memberships available on the channel. And as always, I'll see you next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, and all the very best to you. Thanks for being here, folks. It's kind of an interesting season shaping up, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it going forward. I'll see you there.